Hi everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and I am so excited. We are doing a deck in focus on one of my all-time favorite oracle decks, independent oracle decks. Actually, all decks of all time, but it is an independent deck. The Dear Heart Oracle by PanArt, which is, the artist is Cristin Stevenson. And she's amazing. I mean, I fell in love with this deck. Oh gosh, I don't know, a year ago, I don't know, when I purchased it. But I purchased it off Etsy, and then it quickly sold out of the first edition. And I didn't really want to do a video on the Dear Heart Oracle because I felt bad about doing a video on a deck that was out of print. And then, lo and behold, word on the street was PanArt, as we'll call our lovely creative powerhouse, was thinking about putting out a second edition. So I was like, okay, well now I can definitely sing the praises of this wonderful deck and why I love it so much, and why when it does come out, you should definitely consider getting it, but it's everybody's taste is different. My taste is my taste. Your taste is your taste. But I wanted to do a little deck in focus into a deck that I very much love and resonate with all the time. So here's the Dear Heart Oracle first edition. And this deck is like the typical tarot size deck, which I like because it's easy to shuffle. And here's like her business card. I will put the artist's information in the description box. And so I want to say this is a 36 card deck, but my apologies, it doesn't say, and it does not come with a guidebook, but I'm okay with that. It was one of the first decks, and I apologize for that. It's my dryer. One of the first decks that I started to really embrace, no guidebooks, just going off intuition. So here's conflict. So Cristin was kind enough to send me a prototype of the second edition Dear Heart Oracle, and it has some bonus cards that did not come in the first edition. So I'm excited about the fact that it has additional cards, and I'm so touched by the fact that she thought of me, and because she knows what a fan I am of her deck, that she offered to let me check out the lovely second edition. So here's the back of the second edition. And here's the back of the first edition. And let's see if there's any differences in size. No. And right off the bat I can tell there's not much difference. Let's see. Here's the first edition. So first edition, second edition. But I wanted to check out the bonus cards that comes with it. So we'll do that. But yeah, just a little bit about this deck. I use this deck in pretty much readings for myself all the time, and readings for my clients and for others. I use it as my overall energy forecast, if you will, for a reading. And it's very accurate, highly, like, it's so I can't even describe it. It's kind of uncanny how accurate it is. And I love how I can just look at the image and get lost into it and be able to describe so many things. And then it touches upon other cards that I'm pulling from other decks. It plays really nicely with other decks. Dreams, you know, the expansive space of that nebulous area up there that's forming beautiful thoughts and creativity, and then coalescing into dreams. Dreams then going down into the physical realm and the physical plane and becoming reality. It's a beautiful card. Here's darkness. And actually, I'm going to pull from the new deck because I want to look at the bonus cards. Because this is essentially the same deck, except I like the crisp. Well, they're about the same. I would say about the same. There's a little bit more crispness in the image for the first edition, but not really. It's like pretty much the same. So we'll just look at these cards. Here's intuition. Gratitude. Transformation. Letting go. And we already saw darkness. Radiate. Passion. Seek. Wisdom. Dreams, which we saw before. And here's a new one that's exclusive to the second edition. Inspired. I love this card. Inner light. Conflict. Creativity. Healing. Peace. Wounded. Manifest. Shadow self. So as you can see, this deck does not shy away from shadow self type of themes, which I appreciate. Secrets. Balance. Protection. And I love this card. When this card comes up in a reading, this to me says sometimes there's a call for more protection in your life. Sometimes you need more protection, but oftentimes it's when someone is overprotecting to the point that it's crystallizing their heart and hardening them to the point they're blocking out love blessings that's trying to come their way. So it's a beautiful card, just depending on the corresponding cards in the reading as well, is how you kind of can tell which way is it either needing of protection or is there an overprotection thing going on. Love it. Here's a new card exclusive to the second edition. It's Awakening. Here's Retreat. Mystery. Growth. Cleanse. You can need to purge, maybe do a cleanse your, emotional state, your physical space, And here's finally the last the last card that's exclusive to the second edition, which is Illumination. Beautiful. So it's got 3 bonus cards for the second edition. It shuffles nicely. Very nice cardstock. Very nice cardstock. I enjoy shuffling it. And I was worried that because I have 2 decks that I would not be able to use one or the other. I still, it shuffles so nicely. I still use the first edition for my readings for others, and have started to use the second edition for readings for myself. But we'll see how that goes. I wish you could see that. It just really shuffles nicely. So that's the Dear Heart for you. I just love how it really will speak to you, and you don't need a guidebook to go off on a stream of consciousness with it as a reader. You would not need that at all. Let's see. We've got, if you have conflict and growth, you could just allow your imagination to go where it needs to go with that, right? And what I do is, like, let's say I'm doing a monthly reading for someone and these cards came up. I'm like, okay, well, these are the overall general energies that you'll be working with or dealing with or working through or pushing through for this particular month. And then we discuss it, and then we look at the other cards in the reading, and oftentimes it's coinciding with these energies. Not to say that the whole month is going to be filled with conflict, but perhaps maybe a conflict leads to growth, You don't know, like, unless, you're in the moment with the person you're doing the reading for, and you get some other intuitive hits about their situation. But guys, I cannot tell you enough about how much I love this deck. This deck goes with me everywhere. If I am traveling, this deck is coming with me. If I am doing readings for others, this deck is going to be a part of it. It is my must-have go-to deck. I did not expect it. That's why I've been excited to do this deck in focus for so long. I did not expect to love this deck the way I did. It hit me. I saw it on Etsy one day and I'm like, okay. It's not necessarily my art style. Well, now it is. But back then when I got it, it wasn't. And I was like, okay, I'll get it. Used it a couple times. Wasn't sure how I was going to incorporate it into my reading. My readings for others are for myself. But one day I was just playing, shuffling it. And I was like, it shuffles nicely. And a couple of cards popped out. And shortly thereafter, what had popped out, that jumped out of the deck, the cards, had manifested quickly. And I was like, this deck is quite predictive as well. I'm going to start using it. And I just started using it for readings for loved ones, practicing and seeing how it works with others. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I've just been using it ever since. And I just really count on it to open my readings and be like the opening appetizer, if you will, to the reading, if that makes any sense. So yeah, love the Dear Heart Oracle. Cannot say enough. When the second edition goes on sale, you should definitely hop on over and support PanArt and get this deck. it will be a lovely addition to your collection for sure. The second edition is special because it has 3 bonus cards and it does have a different backing. So I loved how she kept the integrity of the first edition, you know, the backs, but it doesn't have the extra cards, which is okay. And so I like that. She was working in high integrity with her second edition. And I don't care if she kept the backs the same or what have you, but I just was so excited that she was going to consider doing a second edition, because I know it's not the easiest thing to do. It's just to create a deck. And now she is. So you guys might want to head on over to PanArt's Etsy store or to her site and kind of follow along to see, in Instagram, and follow along to see when the deck is going to drop, etc., etc. I'm sorry, I just love fanning it out. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you own this deck. Yeah. Speak to me, folks. Speak to me. Anyways, it's been such a pleasure doing this deck in focus. Thank you all so much for watching. Many blessings, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.